So in this video I'll show you how to create a basic head mesh for easy work and model detailing. We will look at the basic proportions and make a good topology. This base mesh provides a great foundation for further work. You can easily increase the polygon count, change the proportions, fix the mesh, and generally manipulate the shape. Okay, so we are starting the sculpt with a sphere. I'm going to zero mesh it to make it easier to work with. So I'm sculpting the initial forms of the face, like lips mainly, nose, eye sockets. I align the chin, the jawline in general, making the position of the neck, moving it to a more correct placement. Then I use the damp standard brush to define the contours of the lips and later just inflate them. Okay, so I'm just shaping things here, making it smooth. I've got to pay attention to the brow ridges. Also pay attention to the cheekbones. They usually end at the nose line. Okay, so I start from the middle of the head, where the eyes are always located. Now I mark the hairline and divide the distance from the hairline to the chin into 3 equal parts. This gives me the eyebrows and the nose. So when I divide in half again, this gives the edge of the lower lip. Now the proportions on the face itself. Between the eyes we put the same eye, and on the edges we put 2 similar eyes. So these 5 eyes will be the width of the face. The lips usually do not go beyond the edges of the pupils. The distance from the nose to the eyebrows is the ear, and the cheekbone ends on the line of the nose. The wings of the standard nose do not go beyond the borders of the eyes. Now the proportions of the head from the side. We divide the head from the ear hole. The hole itself is located slightly below the middle of the head. To find the width of the head from the side, we divide the back of the head and the front part into equal parts. Usually this distance is the same, but because of the convexity of the face, it seems that the front part of the head is larger. Also, women have a slightly smaller back of the head than men because of the skull difference in size. So now again we determine the hairline and divide it into 3 equal parts. Also, when you sculpt a face, head, and you can do something, try first of all not to get nervous. Relax and look at it from the other side. You can measure the proportions. You can use a transpose master tool in ZBrush. You can look at where on the face what muscles are, see where the fat is. And very desirable that you start sculpting with large forms, with low poly resolution. Try to see the base of your base mesh, not only with the help of proportions remembered, but also see those proportions and understand them, and gradually increase the resolution. Also, I have pre-made ears that I always place behind the jaw, just to avoid sculpting ears every time. Now I'm gonna play a time lapse so you can see the sculpting process. And after that, I'll show you how to make face polygroups. Polygrouping a high poly model creates a uniform topology for easier editing, especially during subdivision levels when you split polygons into 4 parts. I make the eye region with Ctrl key and then press Ctrl W to create a polygroup from that selection. Then I draw another mask around it and press Ctrl W to create a new polygroup. And then I'm masking the nasolabial fold like this. One mask around the eye area. I also draw a mask around the entire face, and within that mask I select the area around the ear. And I'm now creating a final polygroup around the neck. So now I press the zero measure button that is in zero measure window. I press the keep groups button to keep the polygroups, and I set the value around 30. And that's all.